In this video, I'm going to talk about extortion. This is something that has come up in Jay-Z's case many times, and it keeps coming up in other cases involving famous people who are rich, as everybody knows. Jay-Z is a billionaire, and what extortion is trying to get something from somebody through force or threats. In this case, the threat that salacious information is going to come out in the public and blow one's career up. A salacious, crazy, criminal, sexual allegation in this case. Remember that this story started in the background, and now after Jay's name has been dragged through the mud with this salacious, crazy sexual claim, now it's all been dropped. Now it's all been dropped. Remember, it all started with attorney Tony Buzbee threatening Jay-Z with a demand letter, effectively saying, give us a bunch of money or we'll go away and we won't file a civil suit. And of course, Jay-Z was fighting in the background. Nobody saw it. Nobody knew what was going on at the time. And then, of course, Buzbee pulls the trigger and puts all this stuff out in the public through a civil lawsuit. This attorney, Tony Buzbee in Texas, who I think, I don't know what the bar rules in Texas are, but people should be checking out what they are and be looking at whether or not his behavior is legal. Because attorneys are not supposed to bring forward information that they know is false and is probably false. And all through this story, Jay-Z has been throwing out the term extortion. Well, I actually think that this is obviously meeting the definition, but it is, of course, cloaked and hiding behind a legal process. What a person does is they bring a civil case that, of course, would be very embarrassing for a high-profile individual like Jay-Z to have in the media. You send a demand letter that nobody sees before you file that civil case, and then you hope that that person settles. Well, why would that person settle if they were innocent? But it works great on somebody like Jay-Z, who has a huge public reputation. And, you know, as a crisis manager, I've had a client that had to deal with, I had two clients that had to deal with this exact same situation. Attorney throws letter at client who was an elected official. It was Justin Fairfax in Virginia. Resign by 5 o'clock, or we're going to reveal to the world a story accusing you of rape. That's what it was. That sounded like extortion to me from jump. And what is the risk to the attorney that makes that false allegation and completely unproven allegation toward that person? Absolutely nothing. They could put that out in the public record in a civil court case. The material and allegation in the civil court case is protected from a defamation suit because it is in a legal filing, right? Then the same clowns that went after Justin Fairfax decided, let's bug the Virginia government for a hearing before the government. Yeah, of course, because if we do a hearing before the government, they're again shielded from defamation, whatever their clients say. What the matter needed was criminal investigation, police investigation, people who investigate crime on a professional level. And of course, I know you're going to be shocked, they weren't interested in that. And you'll notice with Tony Buzbee and Jay-Z, all of these things that are being talked about are criminal activity. Why aren't they in front of prosecutors? Why isn't it being filed as a criminal court case? Maybe it's a statute of limitations problem, but in a lot of jurisdictions, rape has no statute of limitations. So you can file that anytime you want. Notice these Tony Buzbee clients somehow are not filing any criminal charges. It's all civil and it's all about money. That is why I suspect that Team Jay-Z, it keeps talking about extortion, and they should keep talking about it, because I'm not sure how this trap that is being laid by some of these attorneys, I'm not sure how you get out of it other than suing the attorneys for defamation, which is a difficult thing generally. But in this case, there's no doubt that that's exactly what they should do. I'll finish out by reading the statement of Alex Spiro, the attorney for Jay-Z. The false case against Jay-Z that should have never been brought has been dismissed with prejudice. By standing up in the face of heinous and false allegations, Jay has done what few can. He pushed back. He never settled. He never paid one red penny. He triumphed and cleared his name. You know, he makes a good point there, Alex Spiro does. Most people could not afford to do all of this. They can't afford an attorney as good as Alex Spiro, who, by the way, had two huge wins this week, one involving the mayor of New York, and now this. At any rate, the next video is going to be on the media. None of this is possible without a stupid media, quite frankly, and a compliant, foolish media. That's the next video. This is Lauren Burke. Thank you for listening.